Hello, welcome back, guys. Welcome back to another part of Fate Remnant Collide. Let us begin, ladies and gents. After that little incident with, you know, the, well, Sigurd finally introducing himself to Ospen, we would go back to, to Rex, as Rex is being tucked in by Glinda, as Glinda would say this. Good night, she would say, and about your semblance. I'm going to be helping you with your huntsman training and also with well, with Sigurd, she would say. As he would say this, specifically, Rex. Sure, Mama, he would say, as she would say this. "Hmm, okay then. Night, she would say, as she would kiss his cheek, as she would start leaving. And as for Rex, he would go to sleep, and he would start preparing for his first day at Signal. So, after that, we would go back to, Osmond, as Osmond is currently drinking some tea, as he would say this. Hmm, I see. So, it seems that my boy over there, Rex, seems to have some sort of semblance, or semblance that allows him to use the powers of, or at least able to summon these figures, like Sigurd over there. Hmm, I wonder if he's able to summon others, perhaps, he would say. And I wonder if he's strong enough to defeat Ceylon. And after sensing that burst of magic, not even aura in fact, he would start wondering in his mind, as he would say this. Guess I'll prepare the boy as well, he would say, as he would start stepping up, standing up, as he would start leaving his office. So, we time skip a little bit, as we currently see, Rex getting ready on his first day at, Signal, as he's wearing a simple, let me just search them. So, imagine him wearing something like this, more specifically, um, the one over there, the one without the coat, and imagine him without the top hat. And so, he would start leaving with his mother to go to Signal. As after arriving there, several students would be there and would be looking at Glinda, mostly because they know about Glinda and her, achievements. As after a bit of walking, she would say this to Rex. Alright, please be careful, okay, she would say. As he would say this. Sure, Mom, he would say. As after saying that, a few students would be wide-eyed after hearing, wait, he's Glinda Goodrich's, son? As everybody was basically whispering. As he would say this to his mind. This is certainly gonna be a pain, he would say this. And I'd say that, as he would start thinking in his mind as well. God, it feels like back in the clock tower, he would say. But less glaring and less prejudice, but more curiosity, I'm guessing, he would say to his mind. But either way, he would start going into the classroom that he was assigned to, as after walking in, he would see Crow, aka the man who basically saved him from basically being abandoned in that, village and probably dying by malnutrition. Anyway, continuing on, wait for a second. Anyway, continuing on, as after seeing Crow, he would say this. Oh, hey there, kid, he would say. As he would say this. Oh, hello, Mr. Crow, he would say. As he would say this. Like I said, don't call me Mr. Crow or anything of that sort, just call me Crow, he would say. Or you can just call me teacher. After all, I am your advisor here, he would say. As he would say this. Oh, cool then, he would say. As he would say this. Alright, settle down, kids, he would say. As several students would basically quiet down. As he would say this. Say hello to your new classmate. Please introduce yourself, okay? He would say. As he would say this. Sure, he would say. As he would go up in front of the class, as he would say this. Um, hello. The name is Rex Goodwitch. It's nice to meet you all, he would say. As everybody would just, think, huh, wait, Goodwitch? All of them would just be surprised, except for Yang. Because, judging by her look, she's more, not really excited, but more interested. As everybody's basically, wide-eyed after hearing that. As he would say this, so, you can sit right next to Yang over there. As he would point towards, a girl. More specifically, a girl with blondish hair and violet eyes. as she's currently, waving at him. As Crow, after saying that, he would start moving towards his seat. As after sitting down right beside her, she would look at him. As he would get a good look at her, he would notice her also wearing, or at least having, a hairstyle similar to pigtails. As she would say this, hello there, she would say. As she would say this, hello there, he would say. As she would say this, so you're new here. Hmm. And I heard that you're the son of Goodwitch, aka Glinda Goodwitch, right? She would say, as he would say this. Yeah, adopted, he would say. As she would say this. Cool. Um, by the way, do you have your weapons ready? As he would say this. What? As she would say this. Well, we're supposed to, get ready because we're going to, well, um, let, Uncle Crow, you know, talk about it, she would say, as you would say this. Wait, Uncle Crow? As she would say this. Yeah, he's my uncle, our class advisor over there, she would say. As he would say this. Oh, um, okay then, he would say. As after saying that, they would start looking towards, god dang it, my throat. As they would start looking at, Crow again, once again. As Crow would see this. Alright, kids, let's start off our first class, which is weapon making class, he would say. Or, weapon management class, he would say. As everybody's excited because they're going to be making their weapons. As after being told of this, well, let's just say Rex is going to have a freaking field day because, well, there's this thing in Magecraft, aka these things are known as mystic codes, or mystic codes, which are basically items that are imbued with Magecraft, or, are Magecraft themselves. Like, for example, let's per say it's like, a gun that literally is able to destroy the world. Black Barrel, aka that gun, is technically a mystic code. Or for another example, Ad, or I think that's the name of his name, the the box thing that Gray uses, which is basically just Roncominiad in a weaker form, or I think. It's been a while since I actually seen the lore of like Fate. Either way, Ad is basically a mystic code, or more specifically, a living one. But either way, as everybody's going into the workshop, as everybody's making their weapons, including Yang, which he was actually pretty impressed that she's able to actually make weapons. As after looking at some of the materials in front of him, you would think, hmm, I have some ideas for this, he would say, as he would start cracking his knuckles, as he would say to, to Crow that he wants to make it by himself, and also doesn't really need help with the, people here. As Crow was surprised, as he would say, wait, you know how to make weapons? As you would say this. Well, I did read some, some books on techniques about, making weaponry, and I also want to make it alone because, let's just say I'm gonna be making this weapon special, he would say. As he would say this. Eh, sure, try it out, kid, he would say. As you'd start, moving I guess you can say a movable like forge and also some the anvils and stuff that is mostly typical for like, forging weapons, as you would say to the kid to, aka, Rex, to basically be careful. He doesn't want to lose his job. So after Crow leaves, he would say to himself, hmm, it's been a while since I actually made a mystic code. Let's try this out, he would say. And so he would start making it. Wait for a second. Anyway, continuing on, as he would start using his magecraft to start making his weapon. And in this case, this weapon is definitely not going to be one that you should not mess with. So, after getting a few metals, like for example metals from Atlas, and also some other metals, and mixing it together by using it in the forge, which he learned during his time in the, in the institute, or more specifically in, the Mages Association, which apparently some mages would use metals and basically combine them and create powerful weapons, like for example, a sword that can, teleport a person. If you get that reference, you probably know who it is. But either way, continuing on, as after a bit of bending the metal, he would start using it. He would start transforming it into what resembles a, I guess can say halberd, as he would say this. Now, let's try this out. Transform, he would say, as he would start shifting and transforming, turning into something that resembles a boomerang. And if you're wondering what it looks like, well, it resembles this. Yeah, I know, it's basically Ab. But except, just imagine it, like, imagine all of the blue being like, a somewhat, silver-ish color, while all of the silver-ish is basically pure, a pure, like, dark metal, like, gunmetal, like, gray, I guess you could say, while the more golden parts are pure blood, blood red, or ruby color, I guess you can say, and yeah, that's basically what it looks like. So, he would start transforming into a boomerang form as he would basically throw it up into the air as after doing so it would turn back around as Rex would basically grab it out of the air as he would say this. Hmm, not bad, he would say as you say this. Now, transform, he would say, as you transform into a bow form as he would say this. Hmm, not bad, he would say, as he would grab something from the pile, or more specifically, a pile of, like, of dust, or dust crystals. After grabbing a fire dust, he would put it where the, I guess you could see where the arrow is supposed to go, as after putting it, wait for a second, as after grabbing the crystal and putting it where the arrow is supposed to be, as the dust crystal would start slowly shifting, transforming into a flaming. And by the way, the crystal that he grabbed is basically a flame crystal, or red, a red dust, or fire dust. After grabbing it, it would transform into a flaming arrow. As you would activate it, as you would start pulling at the arrow. After doing so, he would launch the arrow towards a target, as the target being that of a single can that he grabbed. Well, nobody's using it, so why not? So, after the can was stabbed, it would explode into flames, as he would say this. Hmm, not bad, he would say. Maybe it's one of my finer works. Well, sort of. I mean, I did recreate that legendary spear Gaibolga, but still, he would say. As after, checking on on the state of his, bow form, as he would say this. Hmm, okay, now, let's try this out, he would say, as he would scream out, transform, he would say, as once again it would transforming into a bulky ass shield. After transforming it into a bulky ass shield, he would say this. Oof, heavy, but it's certainly gonna help in case of like, as he would start, grabbing it with both hands, as he would say this. Against stronger opponents, he would say. Damn, I really need to work on my strength, he would say. As after saying that, he would, transform it back into its halberd form, as he would say this. Ooh, this might be my finest creation yet, he would say. But I am wondering, as he would start grabbing some dust crystals, as he would put it where the, I guess you'd say, eyes of the shield is supposed to be. To me, the shield of like, or ab shield kind of reminds me of a face. So where the eyes met over here, right? He would put two dust crystals, more specifically, wind, or I guess you could say air dust, and also earth dust. As after grabbing these two crystals, he would start slamming the shield, or more specifically the golden part, or I guess you can say reddish part, I guess you can say, on the bottom over here, this part, as after slamming it onto the ground, the air and earth dust would start reacting, as several earth type crystals, or I guess you can say earth like protrusions would start coming out of the shield, as the shield would start becoming a little bit more sharper, or I guess you can say much more defensively, as after transforming into that, the, I guess you can say, air dust would start, causing the, shield, or more specifically the earthy parts of the shield, to basically explode out and become basically projectiles. As you would say this. Hmm, not bad, he would say. As once again, he would decide to transform it back into its, normal state, aka its, halberd form, as he would say this. I think I'm done now. As after saying that, he would start, leaving the forge. As after that, this is where I'm gonna be ending this episode off. So yeah, bye bye.